What is going on, everybody? Big Mikey, that Mohawk TV. We are live. That's right. Oh my goodness, I can't switch things fast enough. Good Lord. Everybody, this is Miss Maja Shining from Forever Still. Yes. Oh, this is awesome, guys. I've been waiting a long time, and we've been corresponding a lot, trying to get everything just right to get this to you, so you guys can see. Now, Forever Still is a band from Copenhagen, Denmark. They are rock alternative. Is that what you would consider yourselves right in that genre?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. I say you're metal. That's all that matters. I mean, it honestly, this is like some really, really, really good music. Chat's going nuts. Everybody's like, hello. Okay, so guys, just to give you a little bit about the band. Okay, they've been around since 2010, right around 2010. And have just started to just explode on the internet. You know, you can find their videos on YouTube. I've seen, actually, believe it or not, Forever Still was actually on my Pandora before I looked for you guys.
Really?
Yes, somehow it's leaked onto Pandora now, which is kind of cool. So that's really, really, really good. The scene in Denmark, guys, if you don't know anything about Denmark music, back in my day when I was just a youngin', we had Merciful Fate. Merciful Fate came out of Denmark and just blew the door off of some serious metal. Okay, and I just found out today, this is how slow I can be, guys. Just found out today that Volbeat has a huge footprint in Denmark as well. And now Maja and, you know, Forever Still is coming out, just bashing the doors down in Denmark. Everybody's like, yeah, this is totally cool. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of things where people are saying, oh, you sound like this, you sound like this. Do you think you sound like anybody, or do you have, like, your own tone, or did you want to try to emulate a little bit of somebody?
I mean, we're not trying to emulate anything. I think people have a lot of different opinions of what we sound like or who we sound like, and that's really my favorite thing, because somebody will say, reminds me of this band and this band. We've heard like recently Heart, Linkin Park, Evanescence, Flyleaf. I mean, Cranberries. I mean, it's a pretty rough mix, and I think that's one of the best things. We don't write music to try and sound like anybody else. Of course, we listen to a lot of different music, but all our inspiration is very subconscious.
Very, very cool. I have to admit that when I first heard you, the Evanescence one, I can agree with. There does have a little bit of subtle tone there. Linkin Park, that's kind of a stretch, but hey, you know, I can see it. I can see it. Is there any artist in that wide ball that we just talked about, these an artist you'd like to collaborate with maybe in the future?
Oh.
See, you got to think about these things.
I do. I mean, I haven't even thought about that, because I take things a lot as they come. So I haven't really. I want to collab with a lot of people. I think it could be really cool just to get influenced by other people and work with their kind of writing, because right now we're two people writing. And of course, it could be really cool to work with some people who have a love for the same thing. I mean, any band who like to mix the melodic with the more edgy stuff, I'd be.
I think it would be awesome. I really do, and I look forward to seeing that in the future. Okay, so I did get tweeted one question, which is weird because I didn't expect to get tweeted a question. So I'm going to ask you this question: are you married?
No, I'm not married.
She's not married, guys.
Not married, guys. I'm not really in a point of my life where I feel like I need to get married or have kids or settle down or anything like that. Maybe
you got a long time for that.
I mean, maybe in 6 months I'll be living on the other side of the world. I don't know, and I want the freedom to travel and go everywhere.
Very, very, very cool. Now, who were your major influences when you decided to get into music?
I mean, it's so hard to say, because like I said before, we write so much from what's inside. Our inspiration is so subconscious. We've been listening to like so many different artists, and not only in rock and metal, but in a lot of subgenres as well. And I think our main inspiration is just like taking in what we listen to, which is a lot of different things, and then writing from personal experience. I feel like that's the biggest inspiration. That's going inside. It sounds a little cheesy, but I mean it's true. It's just going inside and closing your eyes, and whatever comes out and feels right.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, do you write your own lyrics, and if you are, are you the only one writing, or is somebody else in the band helping?
I'm in charge of the lyrics, and Mikkel, who plays live bass, is my co-writer, so he is basically in charge of all of the instrumentals, and he sends me bits and pieces. I send back some melodies and themes for him in my head, and then later on he'd like, okay, now I have this lead guitar that would sound cool with the vocal you made, and I get like, okay, now I know more of the lyrical themes, and I can keep it. It just builds up like that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Because like when I listen to your music and like I said before the show, I'm a huge fan. So when I listen to it, I listen to words. I've played the drums in my lifetime. I've decided to pick up the bass and play around with that. But when I listen to, it's not the music I listen to, it's the words, and I can tell that the words are very strong. Do you want to kind of describe what the whole inspiration for the songwriting is, or would you like me to go ahead and just give everybody the synopsis that they put on the press stuff?
No, sure. I mean, we write our own press as well, so the words coming in our press is the words from me and Mikkel as well.
Okay.
So it is all written from personal experience, and we wanted to make like the current release a concept album, like really to focus on the development of somebody who's been broken down by a lot of things, both inside their head, but also going on around them. And I think I care a lot about the lyrics as well, and everything is written from at least personal emotion, and most of it personal experience as well, because I think that's the only way I know how to write. It's my way to make it genuine and make it feel right. I don't know how to really write it.
No, that's good, because I mean, like the way you wrote it down in the press release was really good. The struggling of somebody who's just being beat down, with depression, the worthlessness feelings and stuff like that. And then in the same sense, you just put that in there, getting stronger in the process, which is a lot of people don't understand that people who deal with the depression and those anxiety feelings, tend to learn how to develop a way to overcome it over time. Sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes it doesn't, but and the way you wrote that, it was just like, wow. I'm just like, I'm like reading something I thought I wrote. And so that was really, really cool. Having a question in chat. One of our chatters wants to know, do you have any plans on coming to the U.S. for a tour?
I mean, we'd love to, and our fan base is growing in the States. As of now, it's only a financial thing that we have to be able to make it work financially. I know this sounds so boring, but if we can make that work, we're ready to go, because it's not like, does it make sense? Because it does make sense if we can make it work financially, and we do have a growing fan base there. I think we still need to grow our fan base even more to make it be able to make it work, and we might need to work with a booker over there, because we haven't been before, but we're definitely gonna come at some point. The question is when, not if.
Yeah, well, when let me know, and I'll let everybody else know, because they're all that would be something huge, and I definitely will be there. So anywhere we will find a way to get there.
Also, but I mean, we do have fans suggest cities. Our main webpage for still.dk has like at the top a tour form where you can actually say what city you want us to go to. And I mean, if there's enough cities, we're for sure gonna come, because we know, okay, there's enough people here to get an audience. Of course we're gonna go. We want to go where our fans are at. So.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, guys, if you didn't know that there are a couple of websites that you guys can go to, foreverstill.dk. That is the official Forever Still website. You guys can go there, check everything out. They have different press releases and stuff on there. They also have a Bandcamp I think it's Bandicamp, but
Bandcamp, yeah.
Bandicamp.com. You guys can go there. They have some free. They got a couple of free songs on there. You guys can download to check it out. And they also have their first EP, which is part one of their debut album. Is that a good way of saying it?
Yeah, sure.
And it's part one of their debut album. You guys can go there, check that out. And, you know, I say dump some money into it so that, you know, we can get these guys to come here into the U.S. and stuff and come check us out. We got people all over saying, would totally love to see you come to Canada. Some from Detroit, Michigan. One guy is from Oregon. I know that for sure. Got one guy from Norway, but we ain't going to talk about him. And
Guys, go to that tour. We're gonna go where you're at. I promise you. If there's like enough people, we're gonna go. That's the only thing stopping us. If there's not enough people,
right.
That's the only thing.
All right, guys. So you heard it. Go to the forum. Make sure that you put down where you'd like to see them come to and everything. And we're gonna take a quick little break, and we're going to play a video from Forever Stills. It's going to be the Scars video. So I'm hoping you guys totally enjoy this. So just give me a second.
Me too.
It's phenomenal. It's actually the song that made me really get into the band. So, you know, I'm hoping you guys enjoy this. Let's see if I can... Oh, crap. I closed the window, just like me, to mess something up. But that's okay. We'll get it. We'll get it. I was sitting here going, make sure I got everything done and everything's all right, and then, yeah.
Yeah.
But these guys are used to me being a big derp and messing stuff up, so it's, you know, not a big deal.
They'll wait.
Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, guys, there you go. That's Scars from Forever Still. That's an awesome song. Greatly. It means a lot to me because when I listen to that song, I actually kind of hear a few things that I've been going through, especially lately. And, you know, and it's just like, wow. It's just, and then honestly, your vocals, they range so melodic and so gentle, and then where you get this creature that comes out of you every once in a while, I have not figured out yet.
I mean, people tend to be quite surprised when they see us live as well, because they look at the stage and we play that song, and then suddenly you see that.
Yeah, you're like, where did that come from? I mean, it's like, you know, you weren't expecting it, and that's pretty. I think that's what really is really good about your band, because, you know, I mean, we'll play another song here that'll show a completely opposite side, and it's just like, wow, you know, the diversity that you guys can get into, and honestly, the beats, the melodies, everything sounds really good. Your drummer is phenomenal. He's off the chain. I really enjoy listening to him.
Awesome.
So here we go. I'm going to ask some random questions, and you know, you can take your time to answer them, because some of them you probably have never been asked before.
Oh, that's exciting, because I mean, when you do like a lot of interviews, you get asked a lot of the same things, so I'm excited for this one.
All right, so this is what I'm trying. I tried to think of some really good ones. So the first thing is and maybe it's because I'm curious. When you're sitting here and you're trying to come up with something and you're listening to other bands, what are the top 5 other bands you're listening to?
Oh, for me, it depends so much on my mood, what kind of mood I'm in. I mean, because I'm like a little roller coaster, so sometimes I'll enjoy a particular thing at another time I'll completely like, ugh, I can't listen to that. I've been listening a lot to Bjork lately, and I've been listening to Nothing More, and I've been listening to Marilyn Manson, because he just put out a new album, and I think those are the artists like I've been listening to most recently. Yeah, but I mean, it switches a lot. Before that, I listened for a week or so to Battle of Mice and Made Out of Babies, Queen Adrena, like,
yeah,
because I needed that really edge hard thing, because I was just like, it's winter. I mean, screw you
I'm
guys.
just, yeah, I'm still, I don't know, kind of beside myself when you mention Bjork, which I happen to love as well, and Marilyn Manson in the same sentence, because those are two people you just, in normal conversation, you would not put those two people together.
I know, right? But I mean, I think that's basically explanation for our music, because I mean, it's such different things we want to listen to, and it depends so much, both for Miguel and I, what kind of mood we're in. So it ranges from this to this, or however you
Yeah.
put music, like a lot of different stuff. So I mean, yeah.
Okay, now this is something a lot of people have noticed here in the States. There's a lot of bands doing cover songs. So I want to know if you could do a cover song of any song in the world, any one that you've heard, what would it be?
Actually, last time we played live, we did a cover of a Nine Inch Nails song called Wish.
Wow!
Yeah.
Very cool.
It is. I mean, we're huge fans of Nine Inch Nails, and Wish just had that punky edge, which was really cool and fun to bring live. And we wanted to do that, and it was a lot of fun to play, because it was just like, for once, I didn't have to focus on singing so pretty all the time.
You just go, yeah, just get into it. Yeah, that definitely.
It was like a lot of fun. So.
Very, very cool. Wow, it's just watching the chat. The chat is just moving. Everybody's excited. It's awesome. Celtic Lions just said that just checked out Scars. It's awesome.
There you go.
And then what else we got here? Now I want to find all their songs. Another guy from here in the U.S., Peter Biltman, 1993, says now he's got to find everything. And Captain Pawpaws, he's our Norwegian we don't talk about. And but anyways, we always pick on him. But he wants to know, have you ever heard of, I think it's Crucified Barbara, or, okay, and what are your thoughts on them?
I don't have too much thought, because I've heard like one or two songs, so I have a hard time saying anything about them other than I know the name and I've heard a song like a while back. So.
Okay, cool. So there you go, Captain. Now you know. And then another thing is what do you do on your off time? I mean, you can't sit in front of the piano all the time. And I noticed that we'll get to the pet question here in a second, because I already know the answer to that one. But what do you like to do on the we're a bunch of gamers. Just about everybody who's watching this channel, besides people who have come from Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that, most of the people that are watching this channel are gamers. So we try to get our heads wrapped around something, and we just, forget about normal life. When you want to just take a break, what do you do?
I mean, I can totally understand that. I don't do it because literally I'm going to sound like such a nerd, but I don't do off time. I get stressed out if I do off time.
That sounds like one of the people in this channel. I'm not going to name which one. He knows who he is, but he's definitely one of those people that off time he's going crazy.
Yeah, I'm really bad at it. And for 2015, I promised myself to get a better bedtime. That's a start. So I get like at least, I'm trying to get like 7-8 hours, because I've been like around 6 hours, and I can sleep for 9 if I let myself. So I'm trying to get a better bedtime and let that be my off time, because I like to work as much as possible, because I mean, we do everything ourselves, like ranging from recording to mixing to artwork to videos to social media and everything like that, and it just takes up a lot of time. And when I don't do it, I kind of get stressed out, because I'm like, am I doing something important right now? I could be doing something like really important right now. So I'm terrible at off time. I try to go for long walks, but usually it's with Mikkel, so we can talk about the music and stuff as well. But I mean, long walks are good.
Yeah, long walks. So just getting away, getting out of the house. Even if it's just a walk around the block or whatever. Quick thing, everybody. Yes, this is live. We are here talking to Maja Shining from Forever Still. Thank you so much for being here. And Darkchild666 is, I've seen him everywhere. And that says, I love these guys, but I'm biased, laughing out loud for being Danish. So we've got Danish people here checking it out. So awesome. So this is so cool. And thank you, everybody, for being here. If you do have a question, feel free to put it in the chat, and we will get to it as soon as possible. Now, the pet thing. Okay, I'm a big cat fan. Everybody knows about my big, fat, black cat named Charlie and my little kitten named Marilyn. They're Charlie and Marilyn Manson. You know. Oh. So, cat or dog?
And they're in the room, so I'm gonna have to say cats. But no, I'm more a cat person because I like cats. They have like a lot of their own personalities, and they're good at taking care of themselves, and they love you when they want to be loved. I like that they're a bit selective like that, you know.
Yeah.
My parents has a dog too, and it's hella cute, but I prefer cats over dogs.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I love dogs as well, but my big fat cat Charlie, I've had him, you know, for almost 4 years now. We rescued him, and he's like 14 years old. He just sits around. He's just like, whatever. He's sitting on the couch over here looking at me going, Dad, you can, you know, wrap it up sometime.
One of mine is sleeping on the, what do you call it, radiator? Yeah.
Yeah. Radiator?
Yeah, because it's hot.
Oh,
so she's just like.
Another thing is you know, one thing I did read is that a lot of artists nowadays are being influenced by movies as well as, you know, internet TV or whatever, you know, different shows that are made for the internet. Do you get a chance to check out any movies or anything like that? And you know, if you do get a chance to, what kind do you like to watch?
The most recent movie I watched was Birdman, actually, in the cinema because my parents invited me. And before that, I watched The Hobbit and Gone Girl. And all three movies were movies I actually really, really liked. So,
very cool, very cool.
Yeah, I mean, how often does that happen? When you go to the cinema, and I was pretty open to, I mean, I knew The Hobbit was going to be great because, I mean, it's The Hobbit.
Oh, yeah.
The other two, I was really open-minded, and I really like them. They're really good. I don't feel, though, as I get inspired from movies. If I do, it's like very, very subconscious, I'd say. But I did enjoy them. They were really good.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I ask is like Linkin Park, they were real interested in this one internet thing that was going on, and then they based a whole album around it, which was like, wow, okay, very cool. You know, so I was wondering if like something like that happened where you were like influenced by something you saw, you know, at the cinema or watching TV or something like that. You're like, wait a minute, that would be a really good song.
Yeah. I feel like the way I write songs, and for me, like lyrics especially, I really pull from inside. So something I've watched, I never think, oh, that could be cool to write a song about. It's always like I hear instrumentals and like, okay, this makes me angry. This makes me think of this makes me think of this situation, and then I pull from that. So I have a hard time working off something I've like seen like that, if you know what I mean.
Other than the keyboard behind you, is there any other instrument you may play?
I mean, I have a ridiculous amount of instruments I don't have time for here. I have an electric guitar and I have an electric violin, and I hardly play any of them. But I hardly even play my piano. It's a digital piano thingy. I hardly have time for that because everything like online takes up so much time. So I have a hard time finding time for it, but I actually like to learn all instruments better because, I mean, it would be really cool.
No, that's like me. I played, the last time I played drums was back in high school. And then, like, just recently I've been going to music shops and picking up the bass and playing around going, yeah, I could learn this real fast if I wanted to. Growing up, what got you into music? Or did you just start singing and playing instruments and saying, yeah, this is what I want to do in life?
I mean, my parents have actually told me that when I was little, I would just usually go out and sit on the swing and then just swing and make up songs and sit like for an hour or two and just sing by myself. And I don't remember this, but it could sound like me because I'm a little bit of a weirdo and I like being a loner once in a while and just doing my thing. And I remember like driving home at night in the car, not driving myself, but in the passenger seat, the back seat, something, and just singing out to the stars and making up songs about darkness and moons and stars and stuff like that. So when I was 11, I joined a choir, and it gave me like just a little allowance as well. So, which was really cool to have like a job you enjoyed a lot when you were a kid. So, and it just went from there to musical theater and rock bands and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's always been a part of me, but it took me a long time to actually dare to really go for it like I feel like I'm doing now.
Very cool, very cool. And a lot of people, you said electric violin, and like chat lit up for a second there. Everybody wants to hear some electric violin in one of the next songs coming down the road. And
they think so cool, but I mean, it takes so much time to get really good at the violin, and I can barely like, you know. So I mean, if you're not really good at playing the violin, it's going to sound like complete crap. Good thing for me, I have a pretty sharp ear. So even though there are no, I don't know what you call that on guitars, but little
frets,
you know, thank you. Even though there are none of those, I feel like I have an ear for it, but it still takes so much training and I don't have time for it. So probably not on the next couple.
Well, guys, we can still hope. It can still happen. It can still happen.
Yeah. If I get time for it, yeah.
Sure. Once again, guys, Maja Shining from Forever Still. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, you can go to their Bandicamp. They have all their songs pretty much on the Bandicamp. If Neo, if you could pop that somewhere in chat, I would greatly appreciate that. I wasn't like 100% prepared, but, you know, good enough anyways. And thank you for everybody being here, and as well as don't forget to go to foreverstill.dk, the official website for the band, and that they have all their information there. And make sure you go to the forum and put what city you would like to see them come into. Once they get enough people, maybe they'll show up at a place near you. Now, guys, we're going to skip to another song real quick. This one, like I said, we're going to go from one side of Forever Still to another side, which was just like, wow, I just couldn't believe it was the exact same thing I was listening to. So hopefully you enjoy this. This is Towards the Edge, guys, and we'll be right back after this. Alright, guys, there you go. Forever Still, Towards the Edge. Yes, another killer song. Foreverstill.dk, guys. Go there, check it out. You guys will not be let down on any of the music in there. It is phenomenal. I just can't stop raging enough about this band. So, yeah, definitely go there, check it out. Okay, so we got some other questions in here. Wow, that was quick. While we're just sitting around, people are just throwing questions in it. Yes, Norglis, they are Danish. He's another person from that corner of the country. And then everybody's like, whoa, we got a lot of music. This is awesome. And everybody's telling Sorner to calm down now. Okay, and Sorner is the one I was telling you about from Denmark as well. And he's a big, you know, he was just like, wow, really? Denmark? Okay, yeah, sure, I'm going to be there. And, yeah, Volbeat will always be Danish. That's right. So, guys, and then we got another person in here says, I love you, Maja. So they are just going crazy about the band and about you, and that is awesome. And that's what I was hoping for with this, is just to spread the word out more and get it out there. Okay, so future things coming with Forever Still. Anything major? When's the next release of the second part of the of this EP?
It is coming this month. So we're gearing up for the final stages of it right now. I'm working out the cover art for the first track we'll put out. So it's going to be like really, really soon. It's going to be this month. And like you said, it's going to be part 2 of the full album. It will be a full album in late spring, where we'll release like the full album and the part 3. So.
Oh, very, very, very cool. Very cool. So you guys heard it. Sometime later on this month, we're going to get some good, more good music. I can't wait. I'm excited.
And video. Everything.
Oh, and videos. Oh, very cool.
Sure.
Very nice. So now that you've got this all taken care of, now you're going to start doing some maybe local touring around, around your area and stuff like that, and spreading, Forever Still even further if possible.
For sure, because I mean, we have been touring like very locally, like in our own country. So right now we're actually looking at the tour sheets. You guys have already sent like a lot back to us, and we're already beginning to make sense of some cities we can actually go to. So we are planning on some European dates for this spring, and yeah, I'll tell you more about that when we have it all set, because I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. No.
Oh man, yeah, and
that would be too sad. So I mean, when we're ready for it, and it probably will be pretty soon, so we'll bring that up.
Very, very cool. Yeah, definitely, guys. Go to foreverstill.dk. Check it out. Make sure you go to their forum sections where you can post where you live and where you'd like to see them come to, and hopefully, everything gets closer and closer to you. That's a big thing.
Sure, and I mean, it doesn't even take that much. Like, we had like 2 people in the same city, which is not a lot, but both of them said, I can bring at least 10 to 20 people. And I'm like, that's a freaking crowd. I mean,
yeah.
So that's what it takes.
It only
people to bring some friends or push that form to some friends,
The way I've always looked at it is you need one person to enjoy it, and 5 is a crowd, 10 is a mosh pit. So that works fine for me. That's why it's a nice easy equation. Any more than that, and you've got a stadium show.
Yeah, it's so cool because we have actually a section where people can suggest venues they like in the area, and some people have suggested like huge freaking stadiums, and I'm like, that's super ambitious. I love it.
Well, you gotta be ambitious. There is the music nowadays is just overflowing with different bands, artists, whether they're solo or with a group and stuff. If you don't think big, this is where I want to be one day, and then just work your way up to it, it's never gonna happen. You always gotta think, okay, I want, like, in my life, I want to be, I this is a joke, of course, but I want to be the best Twitch streamer out there. But I've got to work my way up to that spot, and that's
lots of hard work, and
yeah, it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication and a lot of patience, which I don't have a whole lot of. So I don't have a lot of patience, but I try. Yeah. Think big and work your way there. So, thinking about touring, is there anywhere in the world you want to go and play at? Anywhere in particular? Just someplace you've always wanted to see, or you've seen other bands go to and you're just like, wow, these people are amazing, and, I'd like to do that. Is there someplace, deep down inside Maja somewhere that you want to go and really, let it loose?
I mean, for me and for us, really, everywhere is the best question, and we are determined to go everywhere. I mean, we have people writing us from, like, we actually have quite a few people from Argentina and Brazil, and I've never been. I'd love to go. We have people from Japan writing us, and I've been sending merch to Japan. I'm like, I want to go to Japan. I want to go everywhere. Really, I really do, because there are so many parts of the world I haven't seen before. There are so many fans I want to meet. Sorry, there's a cat right in my face. It might jump right down here in a second.
That's all right.
Apologize in advance, but really, we really want to go. I think the best places to go are where people really want to see us, where it's going to mean a lot to them, because that's going to mean a lot to us. We want to go where people are like, hell, your music means so much to me, and I've been dying to see you live. That makes the experience so much more amazing for us. So really, there's not a country in particular, because I mean, we plan on going everywhere, and I really, really want to.
See that's good to hear about a band who's just starting to get up into the scene and stuff like that, saying, listen, I want to spread it, worldwide. I don't want to just I personally, if I had, if I was still playing, there is one place I would have to say that I would always want to play, and that would be Dublin, Ireland. I'm Irish, so it doesn't, that's being a little bit biased, but it's always one place I've always wanted to see, and just, bagpipes. Do it to me every time. If I can, be playing in bagpipes there, I'd be happy. That would be good for me.
That's beautiful.
Captain is also a musician. He's like, oh, I'd so want to do it again, but waiting for things to do. And that we got a lot of really, really good response to this. This is awesome. Guys, if you do have a question for Maja or anything about Forever Still, make sure that you put the question in the chat. I will get to it as soon as possible. One other thing that, and my fiance was like, wow, how did you get your hair like that? She's all about, she said to ask about the hair. I'm like, okay, I'm asking about the hair.
But I'm saying you asked me to.
That's fine.
Actually, I dye my hair at home because it's really expensive to go to a hairdresser, so I dye my hair like once every month and a half, I think, or something like that. And I just bleach the roots, and I just use some bluish color to take out the yellow tones, and it becomes nice and silvery, and sometimes a little blue like this time, but I mean,
that's you should try this, dyeing it a different color every month, and trying to keep that.
I had red when I started out with red and black hair. Actually, maybe I'll post a picture.
No, I saw it's actually in the one video. I'll probably close out with the video so everybody can see you with the darker hair with the red streaks.
Yeah.
And
it was, I think it was like dark pink at that time. Before that, I had it red for a while. And it was dark pink, and then I mixed some purple, and then I went I went all white, silvery thing. My thing is I love switching colors, but and people are like, oh, is it gonna be a new color for every EP? It's like, yeah, my hair is gonna fall off.
I can attest to it. If you do it right, it won't fall out. You won't have to worry about it. Like I said, I dye mine every month. So stripping it and then recoloring it every single month, I still haven't lost any. I just had to keep it neat, for the interview and stuff, or else it'd be all flopped over or whatever. But let's see here. First ever big gig. What was your very first ever big gig?
First ever big gig. I think. Let me think. Because we've played a few fairly big Danish venues, which were really cool. Let me think about this. Both were festivals, actually, and I think festivals are some of the best things. Both indoor venues, some of the bigger ones in Denmark at least, and the crowd in both of these were really, really cool. I mean, it's really great to be on a big stage, and not because it's big, but because you have so much room to mess around. And we like to be very physical and very, very all around the place. So when you have a big stage, it's so much fun because you can just jump around like a crazy person and put energy everywhere. And I really love that.
I tend to, when I go to shows here in the States, especially where I live, some of our best shows are the festivals. Our local radio station has a festival every year, whether it's their birthday bash or a big summer party, and we have 8-10 bands playing, and I try to make it to Rockstar Mayhem every single year, so that's another big thing for me. And I think I have a little bit more fun at the big festival shows because, I know with Rockstar especially, they've really been bringing a lot of newer talent to the actual shows. So I've seen a lot of bands that I've never heard of before live, and I'm then 6-7 months down the road, I'm listening to their songs on the radio. I'm like, whoa, that's so cool.
So some festivals festivals are really good at it, like bringing up smaller or upcoming bands. Some festivals are really bad at it, but I mean, the ones who really does that, I think that's where you can really find something you didn't already know about, which is way more interesting to me, at least.
Yeah, well, my goal is to get a hold of Rockstar and put you guys' name in the mix. I think you deserve to get on a big tour like that. You know, get you over here to the States so at least I can see you. That'd be nice.
We'd love to. We'd love to. If we get the opportunity, like in any way, we're good to go. I mean, we can leave tomorrow.
I was joking around with my fiance. I'm like, listen, I'll pay to have them come out here and play. She's like, wonder if they'd play for our wedding. And she's completely opposite of me. She does not look anything like me. She's not like a big metalhead or anything like that. But she watched you guys and she's like, oh, they would be awesome for the wedding. I'm like, oh my God.
That's so great. I mean, we totally do that. That would be so great.
And she's actually going to see, we've already put money away and everything for the tickets. We're taking her to go see Slipknot for the first time this year. And for her, that's a big step.
that sounds pretty cool. They're coming to Denmark like in a few weeks or something like that. It's just a really bad venue sound-wise, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna go see them, but I'm still doubting it a little bit.
Actually, they would so sound good in bad-sounding venues. I've seen them in good ones and bad ones. Trust me, outdoor and indoor, it doesn't matter. They're good. It's worth seeing. If you get a chance to, go see them.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
So, anybody got any questions? Norglis says he would be coming to the wedding if you guys were singing.
Oh, sweet. That'd be so great. That'd be so cool.
So, yeah, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them in. We're going to play our last song from Forever Still. I hope you guys really enjoy this one. It is called The Last Day. Forever Still, The Last Day. You can check them out at foreverstill.dk and at their Bandicamp as well. You can get their music from there, as well as the second part EPs later on this month. Woo! The hype is real. The hype is real, guys. All right, so we have, let's see here. All right, I'm trying to see what we got here for questions. Saying hello. Sorner is saying hello to you from all of his people in his chat. And she salutes you. And you've gained a lot more fans over here, he says, on his side, which is a lot of people from Europe, and the Danish area and stuff like that. So you got some, people there. Have you, Metal Man 84, he's a gentleman from Canada, a really good fellow streamer, wants to know, are you friends with anybody from Volbeat? And if so, how much fun are they to be around?
No, I'm not. I know, I guess it's a bit of a joke because Denmark is such a small country that everybody know each other. I don't know Volbeat personally. I'm assuming they're great guys. I mean, they're Danish, so. Yeah,
there you go. That's all you need to know. They're great. Let's see here. What else is going on? Are you going to, are any of you, are you going to wait till your album is out, part 3? To actually try to get it out into the stores, so people can actually go buy a physical copy of a CD or something?
I mean, I think that stores is a thing of the past, but when we have the physical album ready in spring, we will be making a physical copy, and like we do with our first EP, Breaking Free, from 2013, we ship it worldwide from our Bandcamp site, so you can go there and get it when it's out, and we will be making physical copies and probably signed copies. So we're going to do that. I think stores is an old thing, and yeah, they're probably not going to be around for that long, but online is the thing. We're going to be on all like the streaming services, and you can find us probably on like Amazon and whatever. And of course from our official sites and iTunes store, you can get it there. But yeah, physical copies will be sold from our site when the album is out.
Oh, really? Really cool deal. So there you go. Neo just put your Bandicamp link in the chat. So guys, go there if you want to pick up the first EP, part 1 of the debut album. You can get it there. Sergeant Morph. Oh my God, another streamer from the U.S. here, from New York, where I live, and we're kind of like neighbors, but we're not. You know, 'cause New York's a big state, but you know, it's kind of small when you talk about streamers and stuff.
Sure.
He says to tell you that he enjoyed that last song and that Sergeant Morph approves.
I'm so happy because I've been singing all night. What if he doesn't?
There you go. See, Sergeant. She was worried. She was worried.
I was. No.
Everybody wants to know if you can comment on other female rocker bands. Like, you know, I don't want you to like feel like you're putting yourself against anybody else. But you've got bands like In This Moment, Evanescence, Lacuna Coil, another big band that I like. You know, I know, you know, and hopefully the chat will understand what I'm saying here. You know, being a female front woman, lead singer, the spotlight's huge on you. Especially when you look on, you know, anywhere on the internet, and there's people putting the top 10 female artists out there. You know, how do you kind of see yourself in this group, and that, or do you plan on stepping out of the circle and making your own circle?
Well, that's a funny question. As you already know, we don't try to sound like anybody else, but like always, there are gonna be people comparing you to someone else. And the bands you mentioned In This Moment, Evanescence, Lacuna Coil, we've been compared to all those bands. But just the fact that we've been compared to all those bands, they sound like quite different, at least in my opinion. And I think I'm not gonna set us apart like we're this new crazy unique thing you've never ever heard before. But I like to think that we have a bit of edge and a bit of honesty to our music that a lot of bands these days do not have. And I'm pretty content with our songwriting as well. Again, people are going to be different. Somebody's going to think it's complete crap. But I mean, I'm pretty content with it. And we write what we feel like writing. I know that a lot of people probably write thinking, are people going to like this? Is this going to be popular? How does music sound nowadays? But we try to just really follow our hearts and our gut feeling and go with that. And just that we've been through different things than everybody else makes our music sound different, because we translate those emotions in our own way. And so if you write from emotion and your heart and your experiences, it's impossible not to come up with something different than anybody else.
Yeah, I agree. The way I look at it is there are bands out there, and I hate to say this term, but it does fit perfectly. There are some cookie cutter bands out there where, yeah, and that where there's just they're pressing out music left and right. Get it? And you know, and some of these bands fit into the genre. You guys aren't going to be one of those. You know, I can tell by the lyrics that, you know, you guys are writing from your heart, and that's a big thing. And, you know, everybody who's in the chat today or watching this, you know, this video, they're hearing the same thing. They're like, wow, these guys are legit. They're doing their own thing. You know, so that is going to actually make you stand out on your own. Whether you like it or not, that's what's going to happen. You are going to eventually... You're going to eventually push away from that, you know, getting pushed into a circle. Now, you know, you can't help it because you are a very gorgeous front woman on top of it, that you're going to be stuck with that, you know, that stigma, unfortunately, of being the front woman of a band and being put in the, like, you know, the top 10 hottest female lead singers and all that stuff like that. But you will, with your music, say, yeah, but we're different. And that's the cool thing is,
I don't mind being in a top 10 anything that has to do with my looks, as long as I'm content with the kind of music I make. And I know I'm not there because I threw out my tits. I mean, then I'm going to be pretty cool with that. It's going to be just fine.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for some people it works for them, but some of them it don't. And you know, what you guys are doing, like I said, are definitely you know, separating yourself from a couple, from at least a couple of the people in that list, and that it's, you know, it's going to take time. You guys are willing to work, and I can see that, and we can hear that through, you know, everything on EP1 is just like mind blowing. Hopefully one day I can get you and the band together, and we can get maybe an acoustic, you know, song played on the stream. That would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. I think everybody in chat, yeah, I think they're going to enjoy that as well. Oh, and Metal Man is buying a T-shirt right now, by the way.
And I'll let Metalman know that I'm going to ship it personally with a small note.
Okay, Metal Man, you heard that? Shipping personally with a small note. There you go. And Peterbilt Man says you got a trucker fan now, and he drives truck and watches streams and stuff like that. He's like, you got a new fan now. So I mean, the thing is it's positive out there, and the music is positive. I mean, if people take time to actually listen to the lyrics, they're going to get it. So that is phenomenal. Guys, make sure you go to their Bandcamp, check out EP1, as well as the other music that is on their Bandcamp. It's awesome. Go to foreverstill.dk, and you can check out all the official information, press releases, and everything. And I want to thank you so much on behalf of myself, that Mohawk TV, my crew hanging out in the chat, and that everybody that's been here has been phenomenal. I want to thank you so much for the opportunity to sit down with you.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
It has.
So much. It's like talking to a friend.
Oh, well, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Wow, we got a lot of people that are buying T-shirts right now. There's a T-shirt buying train going on. All right, guys.
Fortunes in them, I'm sure.
All right, I want to thank you again, and we're going to cut it short, guys, and thank you so much for all being here. We're going to leave you with another video, and it's with the key. Let's do the key. That's with your big pink hair, so everybody can see that one. And thank you, guys, and until next time, that Mohawk TV, I'm Big Mikey. Have a great day.